It's time for the type of energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
You guys came out to play. You came out to play, man. That's a huge win. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what champions do. You don't care what time of year it is, what the record is, what the weather is. It doesn't matter. You just show up and do what you do. Here's the thing. Let's call a spade a spade. That was not our best performance, really, on offense, defense. And there was a couple of things, special teams. But you know what happens? Man, when you do and get the returns and production out of special teams that we got, holy crap. Those returns, man, the return units, outstanding. Leaf, holy crap. Okay, and then you get 4 takeaways on defense, and then red zone. What were we in the red zone? 100%? Yes. 5 for 5 in the red zone. Man, holy crap. Right? Good things happen. I got 2 game balls. Before I get the Leaf. This guy every week, man, brings it, and he coaches his freaking ass off, and the most consistent unit over 4 years, Dave Phipp. Come on. Hey,
here we go. Hey, this game's about players, man, and we got a lot of players in this locker room. It ain't about me. I thank God, I thank my family, I love you guys, and I love the game of football, man. It has given me f***ing life, all right? And I am grateful to God for the opportunity to work for him, man. Thank you.
all right, listen, so 4 years ago, 2021, okay, Brad comes into my office, he said, check this free agent out. He's at Tennessee. All right, they kind of use him. He's a gadget guy, really a returner. But you think maybe there's a place for him on offense. I watched 10 plays, and I was like, holy shit. Whatever it takes, Brad, let's get this guy in here. Made the call, talked to Leaf, got him in. Listen, man, he's been unbelievable. All right, so 5 punt returns for 190 yards. What? Dude, he was 19 yards shy of the record today. NFL record at punt returns on the freaking 1 touchdown, 38-yard average, all right? 90-yard touchdown, 2 catches, 14 yards, 1 touchdown. The freaking Iron Man does everything you ask. The greatest teammate, works his ass off. Khalif Raymond.
Talking about team ball, 4 takeaways. Khalil, kill him on kickoff return. I'm like, I gotta get 1 too. And I look at the tape, man. Enzo throwing blocks on defense stay for a punt return touchdown. It was so cool to watch. I'll go look at BJ. He's like, man, I don't get called by none of my plays, man, because we keep scoring. So it was such cool, man. That's what good teams do, man. They play team complementary ball, and that's what we just did. So love y'all. Thank God for this, man, and appreciate you guys.
Break it out of here.
Hello, y'all, baby. Heal up, man. Let's go back to work next week, baby. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, 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 what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D, Feldman edition.
That's quiet. Victory Monday, Feldman Automotive edition as well. My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty, four-time Stanley Cup champion. We have KG in the house. KG, what's really good?
Hey, you know what's good. Michigan whooped that ass over the weekend.
It's good to see. It's good to see. So now Michigan fans are talking.
Yeah.
The same ones that told me we're going to lose.
Yeah, talking back to the Sparties that was talking all week, yes.
The same ones that said, I'm just going to put down my phone. You'll hear from me tomorrow.
Yeah.
That was a Ryan Ermanni tweet.
Yeah, well, it wasn't KG's tweet. So.
All right, so there it is. We're going to get into that. Stick is in the building as well.
It was more of a stick weekend. Orgy on Saturday, hooker on Sunday.
There
you go.
That is
my
true.
type of weekend.
Back in the day. Back in the day.
Sure.
Yes. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread going on the YouTube channel. All you got to do is subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there, get your thoughts. I read them. Read a ton of them, and that's how we work right now. You guys program the show as much as we do. Be like nobody who jumped in. Neil, why are people surprised Jets lost, Bears lost? I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
This show wasn't.
You know what, though? All right, we'll go around the NFL later. Remind me I have a Caleb Williams thing that I want to get to.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So
Okay.
everyone's waiting for the Aaron Rodgers thing, which don't worry, you're going to get.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Right, you're going to get it.
Oh, you're going to get it.
I'm going to make sure.
I got a couple sidebars to the Aaron Rodgers thing, but the Caleb Williams, the Chicago, there's a karma element. You know, I always love that. So,
I've noticed, like, the media's gone to carrying the Caleb Williams bathwater. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've noticed that. The play-by-play people, all of them.
He still know Jaden Daniels.
I was just going to say, why they're in the same game, go drop that one in the one dressing room and go carry Jaden Daniels around. 2 broken ribs, too.
Yeah.
Dude, I know.
Whatever, that kid, dude, you called it. You know, you put me on to him back at LSU, you know, last year. This kid is dynamite, and what a leader and tough.
No, absolutely. So, we're going to get into all of it. But, as we said, it is a victory Monday for the Lions. Lions steamroll the Titans. And what Stick and I were talking, and Stick and Anson do the post-game show live from Hayes Social out there in Shelby Township. And he and I, because I asked him, I'm like, how was the vibe? How was the crowd? What were the people saying? All that kind of stuff. And he said it was a very, very odd post-game show. It was a very odd game yesterday.
You think it was an odd game?
Yeah, it was just like, because you'll never see that, like, those stat lines again.
Jared Goff 85 yards but 3 touchdowns. Like, what?
No, not even the stat line, but the vibe of the game. Like, even at 14-14 and even missing tackles, and holy cow, I remember thinking in the first quarter, everybody else is like, oh, really? Calvin Ridley's the one you're going to let go off, not CeeDee Lamb, not Justin Jefferson, but he's going to go off on us like this. And what happened? But it never felt. What did I text you? I said, remind me tomorrow. This game felt like such a Wings in the 90s.
Yeah, that was an elite. I should have screenshotted that one.
We're in Phoenix. We're somewhere out west or whatever, and it's like
2-2 at the end of the first period.
2-2 end of the first period, and you're looking around the dressing room going, there's no way it's not ending 7-2 us. And then it might be 7-3 or 8-3 or something like this. But in total control. So I think to round it about, because I turned on both shows, and I turned on the after show that's Stick and Anson, and it was just sort of like not a somberness, but it was like everybody was just. It was like one of those days, homecoming. You felt you were gonna win. It was always gonna be fresh like this, and I think everybody was just spent. The emotions were already spent by halftime and whatever, and you got on to your day to do your fall things and whatever, and everybody sort of checked out. I don't know.
But it was even beyond that because, like, listen, Hayes usually packed for games, right?
Right.
Not a lot of people showed up for the game. I've never seen Lions fans so apathetic for a winning team. Like, it was just this game almost bored us. And I talked about it during the postgame. Like, this was the week. Your girlfriend wants to go to the cider mill. It's like, oh, they're playing the Titans. All right, let's take care of Sunday business. Like, this was our second bye week.
It feel good to have that,
it felt like it.
Yeah.
It felt like
if we ever had that.
We've never had you don't know how to react to, like, our team's so good. Yeah. We know they're going to win. They just went out there and won in a big margin. How do I get excited for it? I wasn't excited. I was just like, this is the way it's supposed to be.
Well, and Stick, that carried over to, I'm sure, the chat thread and the watch party. Yep. It carried over on social media. Like, we didn't know what to do. Yeah. So we just went to our default, Brad's got to trade for a defensive end. That's what it was. Like, that's what it was. That's what social media was. You told me that was what the live chat was for the post-game show. Yep. Like, we're kind of standing around going, we're supposed to be complaining about something.
No.
Like, Goff only has, 30 passing yards, but we're up by 35 points.
Right. Does it matter when literally all three phases are working?
It's always tough, though, isn't it, to get so many passing yards when your field is 30 yards. And then you're going to hand the ball off, and your guy's going to run for 15. Like, look at the way it played out. It wasn't like he was inefficient or anything like that. It's just a starting position, and there was no room. I know one of my boy Tommy was bitching and moaning because he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. What happened to him yesterday? What do you mean? What happened to him? There was no room. It was there were no yards put in the gimmick play.
It was the Khalif Raymond game. That's what it was.
And you know what? Like, this was a time for your stars to maybe shift the gear down a little bit and let let some of the other guys. It was great to see Brock Wright get rewarded, and you can explain why he was. It's okay when you're 3 touchdowns and 85 and a 130 quarterback rating when you do this, and you can explain why, because your special teams was giving you field position in the red zone every time,
and the defense was taking the ball away.
Yeah,
4 times.
There was no, and all it was complaints. We got to do something about the defensive. Stick, you coined this phrase, and I use it, and I run with it, and Stick was brilliant with this. We are still new money fans.
Yeah.
We are still, and D-Mac, you'll remember this one from back in the day. We're kids from the trailer park that are eating at Red Lobster, Mountain Jack's, thinking that this is the best restaurant in the world.
But you know what?
I'm saying?
To that point, we're
not using the silverware
right.
Right.
Into our what are we going to talk about in that way? But the new money acting is going to the cider mill, knowing that this game was a gimme, so to speak. It was always going to end up this way. So are we evolving into new behavior?
We still got a long way to go, though.
We got a long way to go, but there's progress, not perfection. You know how I'm always going to be better than yesterday. So, Stick, because you coined that phrase, is this a little bit of a sign because of that, the not knowing how to act, but sort of the expectation of this is where we're supposed to be at the top of the division and 6-1 after 7 games?
Yeah, to me, it's to Neil's point. It's still unfamiliar territory. We're not used to winning, and even when you win, people are picking it apart and panicking, and still we need to go do this, we need to go do that. And I always like to point to the Kansas City Chiefs, right? When they play bad football, their fans don't jump off a building, but we're still have that PTSD from being Lions fans. We're still waiting for the other shoe. Still waiting for the other shoe to drop. At least I am.
When is it enough?
I'm not.
It's getting to be enough to I'm past the SOL thing.
Right. We've evolved. Now we're into the new money.
Yeah.
Right. We've gone from SOL to new money. We're out of SOL.
Yeah. Right.
You can't. We've done that. Now we're into act like you've been there before.
Right. But we still don't know what to do with the napkin on the plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't.
We're Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands.
We're supposed to put it in our lap.
There's 2 forks, bro. Why is there 2 forks?
D-Mac nailed it. Exactly. We are the low class because that's what we've been my entire life.
As fans, but it's okay.
Now we're at the fine dining restaurant, not understanding. This is how. Wow, this is how it goes.
No more Benny Gibbs.
We got Kenny Carney.
My water's going to be filled without me even asking. What?
There's a fork strictly for salad, and when you're done with it, you leave it on the salad plate, and they take it away. You don't just lick it off and put it back down next to your plate.
I can't have my arms on the table.
That is no, but it is.
We all grows up now.
That was my takeaway. And D-Mac, you're exactly right, because that's how I did it yesterday. I wrapped up with the post game show, and look, we're live at Feldman. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet here in Novi, by the way. Shout out Feldman.
Sorry to interrupt.
Chevy in Novi.
Stick.
Yes.
You were close, but you nailed. This is what it was yesterday. Whatever, like this. Add catalyst. I was raking leaves in the fourth quarter. That is exactly.
I was throwing the football
after halftime in the bag. I'm outside. Maybe I got it on the radio. I'm listening to Dan Miller on the radio. Yeah. But I'm raking leave because that is exactly. And how new is that? So we're getting there, guys. Don't worry.
Watch party turned into me and Easy yelling at each other about Jared Goff and Trevor Lawrence. That's how the second half went for the watch party.
What would that discussion even look?
But they both said, I watched the Easy and Sam both said that Goff is better than Trevor Lawrence, but they said Trevor Lawrence, they said that his receivers can't catch.
Yeah, they said Trevor Lawrence catches more heat than he should, coming from the guys that give nothing but heat to Jared Goff and zero credit. And that's where I took offense.
They did say Goff is better.
They said today he's better, but like I told them, it's real nice when you can see things when they're right here. But when you're pointing them across the street and can see them, that's when you know ball. And none of those guys could see it till it was here.
We're moving on.
Yeah.
We're moving on.
We'll discuss that during a break.
Yeah, absolutely. We are moving on. No, but we are live at Feldman Chevrolet here in Novi. Come on out here. They're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. They're one of the largest EV dealers in the world. Can confirm. Mine is here as a matter of fact. But jump into that chat. Get your thoughts out there. Rando Smalls, he knows. Hey, I know we won and beat down a team. But if Brad doesn't sign someone or trade for someone, we might not make the playoffs. Yes, it's sarcasm. But that's all I saw. And, to back up Stick's point, So I wrapped up the pregame show at Second Best yesterday. Shout out to everybody at Second Best.
Shout out.
And I was making my way back to my car because I parked at Motor City Casino.
Free electricity.
Free electricity for the car, as a matter of fact. You know, I had the little 10-minute walk over to Second Best. Beautiful fall day. Was taking in the tailgate scene, and people didn't seem the same.
It wasn't.
Yeah. And it wasn't. So thank you.
Just business as usual.
Just confirm. Yeah, thank you for confirming. All right, where are we going, KG? I don't have the show.
We are going to Salvation Army.
Salvation Army.
You know what? Registertoring.com if you want to be part of the.
You've done it.
The Salvation Army. Yeah, absolutely. Now, there's different ways to do it because you can go to registertoring.com today to get on virtual site. You can start virtual on site today from your phone, from your computer, from your house. Whatever you want to do to help. But if you want to be at the physical Red Kettle Bell sites all over the place, starting November 7th, you got to get online, registertoring.com to register. Goes through Christmas Eve, excludes Thanksgiving, and another holiday in there, too.
Yeah, and tell us about the best sports book in all the land.
We know what that is. That's Caesar Sportsbook, everybody. Use a promo code Woodward1000. You make your deposit, you make your first bet. If your first bet loses, all the way up to $1,000, you get that back as a bonus bet with Caesar Sportsbook. Anytime we talk about gambling, we get our lines. I have them right up here all the time from Caesar Sportsbook. Guess what? The app is clean. It's easy to navigate. It doesn't glitch. If you're a big live bettor, guys, I'm telling you, this is the way to go. And they're the official sports book of Woodward Sports. It's really everything that you need. Scan that QR code on the screen right now. Use a promo code Woodward1000. I heard from the people upstairs. Tons of you are signing up with the promo code Woodward1000. So again, keep it rolling, everybody. Get that first bet back for free as a bonus bet. Now, granted, if you follow my picks, you went 3-0, and you wouldn't be getting any bonus bets back because you won. Because I broke it all down and went to the Mountain West, gave you Hawaii, gave you Boise State. It's where I live. It's what I am, D-Mac.
Like, it is. And it was about time.
It's what I do.
For you to make a statement
make
as
a move.
Champion.
And, hey, if you were on it on Caesar Sportsbook, you made a move to the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage. Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for Dr. Pierce. He is our injury insider. Comes to us courtesy of MRI of Southfield, the Michigan Sports and Spine Centers, where he plies his craft. And look, he comes on Big D Energy on Tuesdays to talk sports injury news with us. Thursdays with Ermanni and Edwards. But guess what else he does? He can get you right as a weekend warrior. He's helped me out. Oh, by the way, Darren McCarty trusted him with his career, got him back into this little organization called the NHL. And that seemed to work out for everybody as well. I don't know how much more data you need, but Dr. Pierce, he is legit. He talks sports injuries with us. He talks about weekend warrior injuries with us every Tuesday. And again, you can catch it live on Big D Energy Tuesdays or Money and Edwards Thursdays. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. He can get you right physically, everybody, for the weekend warriors. It is Dr. Pierce. All right, we're back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have Stick in the building. We have KG. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealers. Come on out here. They can get you squared away. They got the Silverados, the Blazers, the Equinox, the EVs. They're one of the biggest EV dealerships in the state of Michigan. Can confirm. Bought one myself, as a matter of fact. Couldn't be happier with the experience and everything. Woodward Sports chat thread, jump into that. Just a fan. The golf hate is still lurking under the surface. One bad game, and they'll be out in force. You know they will.
Easy tried using his yard. Is this going to hurt him in the MVP race? Was a literal quote.
Get out of here.
You know what's what he does.
We got it on tape.
No, I 12 and 15. I saw him say that.
But is this going to hurt his MVP
like, how is
candidacy?
that? That's like got to be married. Like, Easy's like being married to just like vindictive bitch. Just wants to see you fucking like suffers, gonna smile to your face, but like, is this bitch poisoning me? Like what? I mean, come on, man. Like, god dang, you can't come on and then sing the praises and like what? Like everybody sees through it. Just like don't. Keep his name out of your mouth.
Easy's trying,
and
man.
all you got to do is say,
he's trying this year. He is.
But here's the deal. He's trying without saying he was wrong.
Like when it comes to stuff like this, just be quiet.
That's the thing.
What did you say?
The league got buried. Right there it is, Stick.
He's trying without saying he was wrong. Like, he doesn't want to say, I was wrong. I didn't see it in Jared Goff. I didn't know what I was talking about the past 3 years.
That's it.
What he wants to say is, oh, no, I always said you could win with him. I just didn't say you could win big with him.
I mean, that's easy, though.
And that's his fault. Like, it's so...
Well, I talk about it. It's the checklist.
Like, but all he has to do is look at me and be like, Stick, I was wrong. Like, Goff is the man. And be like, we're on the same team. Right. Let's go. But no, that's till you admit it, you're my enemy.
That's the space we're in, though.
Our enemy.
Our enemy.
KG, like I was talking about the checklist, right?
Yeah.
It was you can't win a playoff game with Goff. Mm-hmm. Then he wins 2 in 7 days.
Yep.
Then it's like, well, you can't win a big playoff game. You can't get to an NFC championship. Then he gets to the NFC championship. Now it's you can't get to a Super Bowl.
Right. Yep. And then when he wins a Super Bowl, well, it's Ben Johnson's offense. And like,
it's a checklist that you go down.
It's so easy to predict the argument.
It's your narrative-driven checklist.
And it's just like, why can't we just all love what we're seeing?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we are talking the Lions win victory Monday. We'll get into the Michigan State stuff coming up in the second hour. Certainly, we will have some discussions about that. Chris, Easy has said he was wrong about Goff. I haven't heard it.
You didn't apologize though for being wrong.
This is Darren McCarty.
Captain accountability.
4-time Stanley Cup champion.
If Stick says that they're not, then it hasn't come to that. Like maybe he said, "Oh, I was wrong," but to the point, like we work on a different level of you gotta like okay, and then we move on. Like then it's done and we move on to whatever. But if you're gonna keep bringing up these little things or whatever, then that means that you're truly not in. You know how I feel about the BS to it, and I know what I hear.
You either both feet in or
you know what? Accountability, man, it's not genuine, so it'll continue to be a stick. Like that's the one thing. Oh, you can say apologize. No. He didn't apologize to the degree that Stick has checkmarked it off.
Yeah.
Right. There's just it's just the way, and I think everybody can understand that with relationships to their friends, to their the people that they work with or whatever. There's a certain accountability. So he's hanging on.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Wheezy D. He definitely abuses the quote. I've always said you could win with an excuse.
Like if he'd come out and say, then my thing is until he wins the MVP or a Super Bowl, like he says in the chat. So until he does that, then he's not right. So then don't play like you believe. Don't do that. Because then.
Right, quit hedging your bets.
Don't hedge. Yeah, exactly. Pick a side.
Be a man.
And what Easy's just said is that he's not the man or whatever. They could get it done until he proves it to win a Super. And that's fine. Right. But stay to your cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be wrong. And then at the end of the day, you can be wrong. What's wrong with – whatever happened with being wrong?
I know.
And then say, oh, man, I didn't see it.
I know, Neil. What happened to that?
What are you talking about?
What happened to people being wrong?
When it all boils down to it, it's nice to go back to Easy's tweets. When he's talking about how we couldn't get Deshaun Watson because we had Jared Goff and stuff like that. What's going to stop this offense? And he puts Jared Goff. Like
it's hard to defend him when this tweet's out.
Didn't I just read something the past 5 games? Goff just set NFL record for completion percentage in QBR over 5 games. Did I just find in the history of the NFL?
History of the game, like the whole league. Like
wait,
ever.
does that mean like real good quarterbacks? Like
no, that means all of them.
Could have had Deshaun. Like ever to play ever?
Yes. Ever? Yes. No, but again, these are. But this discussion right now is kind of in line with the Lions' experience yesterday.
That's the thing.
Like it was never about the game. Yeah. Like social media fans, all of it were never like it wasn't about the game. Like look at this mass destruction. Khalif Raymond nearly set an NFL record for
19
punt
yards short.
Yeah, like it was the weirdest experience of being a Lions fan. Of having a good team that we've seen so far ever.
Yeah.
For real.
I wouldn't say it was weird. It felt good. Because how many times have the Lions been the better team in a matchup and knowingly going in, you know they're supposed to whoop the other team's ass, and it didn't happen?
But there was a segment of people that thought they weren't the better team yesterday.
Well, I can't speak for them.
In the first half?
Yeah.
In the first half, when they're like,
it's because they were moving the ball.
Calvin Ridley's an all-pro and
AG's
Mason
washed.
Rudolph. AG's washed. Like
Right.
Clockwork.
Stick can come up with a flow chart of Lions game day.
But that's just ridiculous. If by now you don't see what the hell this team is, then we can't help you.
First quarter.
We can't keep doing this. We can't keep going over
Look,
this.
we got like 2
you
minutes
either
left
on
in
the
this
train
segment.
or you're not. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, just in breaking news. Easy says we can probably get Deshaun Watson at a discount right now.
yeah, no, that's a fact.
Stick. Like you've created this. We got like 2 minutes left in this segment. I do want to move on, but this whole discussion permeates from how weird it was yesterday.
Right.
The flow chart of Lions game day.
Yes.
You should publish this and put this out for like a big circle, like first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
AG's washed.
Yep.
Other
Goff
teams
doesn't have it.
Right.
Goff doesn't have it today. Like, if you watch the watch parties and you just look through our comments section, it is clockwork.
There's a rhythm.
Every time someone scores on the Lions, AG's washed.
Right.
This defense can't do
Terry
it. Terry
Arnold's trash.
Terry Arnold cannot. Oh my God. And then.
Oh my God.
But I've gotten to the point, like I was telling Neil, I almost encourage this now. Like, guys, please say AG's washed because we know what comes after that. 4 turnovers.
Yep.
We know what comes after that. No more points. So it's just this. It's this instant reaction and not letting the full game just develop and grow beautifully. You know, like being down by 10 against the Vikings. Oh, see, the 5-0 Vikings. Let the game play. Sports are a beautiful thing, guys. It's the most beautiful thing I think I know in life.
Because there's an ultimate truth that can't be faked.
Did you guys know that there's only one 5-0 team in the history of the NFL to not make the playoffs?
Yes, they reside in the NFC North.
And it was the Minnesota Vikings.
And they can't go outside in the wintertime in their city.
And it's going to happen twice.
Oh, my. Don't tease me like that.
Neil, I'm not teasing. I'm going to pull a Neil rule.
I brought it up.
I'm going to talk to you like you talk to every. Neil, I'm not teasing you. We know this.
There's data.
It's already been done. The script has been written. I don't need to tell you this.
Told.
We know this.
The instructions came in the box.
Right.
That's a great line right there. Right off the top. Woodward Sports chat thread. Nicholas Duncan, those Pistons aren't much better. It's sad. If you don't think that the Pistons are better, then I can't help you.
Once again, you either on the train or you're not. Visually, you can see. If you watch the game,
Nicholas, you haven't watched. You have not watched if you think that's it. They were down 20 to the Celtics.
Exactly, and could have won that game. But literally within a point.
The difference is the Boston Celtics are a championship team with closers and $600 million worth of supermax contracts to a couple dudes.
Yep.
That's the difference. Mm-hmm. If you can't.
Pistons are still a young core, man.
Guess what?
They got to learn how to win.
They're at Miami tonight. They're at Philadelphia Wednesday.
They got to win.
Like, you see what I'm saying here?
They got a tough stretch.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And then it lightens up. And then we'll see where they're at. When the Charlottes and the Atlantas come into town, you will see.
Yeah.
You will see. Woodward Sports chat thread, Chuck Brewer, Bears fans were going nuts in the first quarter after we gave up 14. They were like, we only gave up 17 for the whole game. They went missing as the game carried on.
Right.
Do you have the video of the Bears cornerback? We got to pull that. Did you see the video, D-Mac?
That's the karma. Dude, I'm telling you, you can't. Karma's real.
The best is the fans behind him, like, the play's going on. They're trying to let him know that the ball's been hiked, but he wants to talk trash to the crowd.
He's the one that tipped it, too.
Yeah, he's the one who tipped it up instead of down, like they teach you at Little League level. Never tip up. This isn't a Nelly video.
All right, let's take the break. I do want to get into the game, though. Yeah. I do want to get into. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
We're 2 segments in. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Even though I went outside with my daughter and threw the football around with her for the fourth quarter.
It felt so good.
I haven't
seeing Hendon Hooker in the fourth quarter was like, oh my God.
Well, I didn't even see him because I walked out.
Yeah.
Walked out of the
I was
house.
disappointed in how they used Hooker. Like, if I'm going to take one disappointment away from the game, it's how they used the backup. Let him throw. Let him throw.
He was 2 of 3.
Went 2 for 3 to 6 yards.
Right, he was 2 of 3.
Yeah, but I want him to throw 15 times in those 2 possessions. Like, launch it.
Where are we going here?
All right, we are going to Lady Jane.
Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Always walk in, sit back, relax. Let one of the talented stylists make you look and feel great. Hot lather neck massage. Phew, dude, that's one of the faces. Maybe a facial shave. Who knows what it is? There's also a QR code you can for a $20 haircut. So Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports. Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward Sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Yeah, 1800 tequila. It's got KG a little drunk already, putting Neil on the
okay.
1800 Tequila, the official sponsor of the post-game show and watch party at Hayes Social. Come on out this week. The 1800 girls will be there doing a special tequila tasting. And don't forget, we're going to give away that 1800 varsity jacket that D-Mac and Neil had on Friday. What a cool moment that was. So jealous, but we're going to be giving one of those away. Every camera but ours, KG.
Right, I swear, bro. Okay, well, it's Dan Campbell now. It's Dan Campbell.
I had 1800 in that water bottle.
Yeah, you should. It goes down like water, and it tastes delicious. 1800, the official tequila sponsor of Woodward Sports. And there's D-Mac.
Yep. This is what you get for giving it to me last minute. It is what it is.
That's fine. Let's do this.
All right.
Oh, boy.
There it is. We back.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big T Energy, Woodward Sports
Don't
Network.
Tell me 3 seconds before we go in.
Darren McCarty. We have KG in here, kinda.
1,800 girls. That's a good ratio.
We have Stick in the building, and we're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, one of the biggest EV dealers in the nation as well. Pull on up. You want that Silverado, Blazer, Equinox EV, whatever you want, they have it here. Good financing rates. I took advantage of some myself, as a matter of fact, and I'll tell you this. The car buying experience here is second to none. Second to none. You will get your car bought and get on your way. That's exactly what we're all looking for. But no, we're sitting here chopping it up. Steve DeYoung, by the way, who yesterday during the pregame show said that he's got a picture of himself with his newborn child.
Oh, yes.
Wearing a Boo Them Kids shirt.
You damn right.
At the hospital. Steve DeYoung. Neil, can I post my first game photo with my Boo Them Kids shirt? Just tag Woodward Sports?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Tag Woodward Sports on it, Steve. We'll give it a retweet.
Shout out Dom Rivera, 88-2.
Yes.
Swung by, ran into him yesterday.
Hey, shout out Dom.
Yeah, Dom's our guy, man. No doubt about it. Yeah. Had Had his kids out there also. It was a good take your kids to the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, Steve, go ahead and do that, man, and we'll maybe we'll pop it up here on the show as well. But Woodward Sports definitely has to give the Boo Them Kids retweet. All right, the game yesterday, D-Mac. For me, and I've talked about this all week. I talked about it yesterday with Sean. When we do the pregame show again, I'll talk about it the exact same way. I have graduated from wanting style points. I just want to win games.
Yeah.
What I liked what I saw, though, D-Mac, is they continue to evolve in the way that they can win games. How many of you had special teams take over as being the dominant force in the win?
I didn't put
one
it past
person.
Yeah.
Not one person said yesterday, well, Neil, Khalif Raymond's really going to shake loose returning the punts. It's wild, D-Mac. They are
Khalil Dorsey to a degree.
They are as complete of a team as there is in this league.
Well, you look at what they're doing in every aspect of it, and then you go to the defense. And, yes, early on, it seemed like the game plan for Tennessee, especially with the wide receivers, getting Calvin Ridley open.
Right.
And stuff like that.
But then they took the ball away.
But then we adjusted, and the athletes made plays. You had Amir Robertson knocking balls out, punching balls out, all those things. So we know what they are on offense, and they went over 30 points. Almost doubled it. But they continue to do that, right? We know they've gotten into we know they're rolling, but this is what we expected. Defense, they've improved, right? Even though they're going to have their moments, and there is a question mark still on who are we going to get for help on the defensive end or the defensive line or whatever like this. Pressure, we know that, right? But they're finding a way to win, and they adjust. And as the game goes, they play the game, right? They made great adjustments, and they're going to make mistakes, but they find a way to play above them. And that's what they can't, when you listen, we started out the show with his game ball press conference, and that's the first thing he said. It wasn't a 60-minute game. We were sloppy. We weren't 100%. But what we did is we fought, and we won a game, and they don't care. They want to win games. Now they're going to focus on improvement. They got to play better early on against Green Bay this week. But again,
yeah, they'll have to play well to win. No doubt.
No, exactly. But
no doubt.
But they dictate. Other teams have to react to them, and when they're dictating and when they're humming on all cylinders, right? I laugh. They gave Dave Phipp the ball special teams. Mm-hmm. His biggest asset on special teams isn't Khalif Raymond, it's Jack Fox. We forget about that unsung hero and field position, how field position is such a huge part of this team and how they play. So the special teams, right, usually gets lost in the shuffle. It's an asset for us. And do you think teams are going to be wanting to kick to Khalif Raymond or whatever, letting us come up? No, you look at Dorsey too.
Yeah.
On the kick. So they're getting from every aspect, and they don't care how. You heard Khalif Raymond give Alex Anzalone some props for throwing blocks and guys are doing. They don't care. They're just getting it done. They just want to win. They realize it's not style. It's just doing it. Mentioned earlier in the show, where was Amon-Ra? St. Brown? No, he had a touchdown, 2 catches. Didn't need him. Right? Going to need him next week. Going to have 11.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And I got a question for you about that. Let me get to this here in the chat. DM says, Neil, it was nice to meet you yesterday. Listen to you guys all the time. You're all my all-time favorite sports podcast.
Hell yeah.
This D'Angelo. Yeah, D'Angelo, great to meet you. Did have a couple of other ones. Shout out to Marshawn as well. Mm-hmm. Met him yesterday. And Porter in the chat also. So great to meet you guys. And that's why we do this stuff, man.
Yeah.
We're out there with the people, man. Sticks elite, man, at setting these things up, man. We have a great time. Had a great time out there. And just shout out to Second Best, man. The spot's elite. It's an elite spot. It's going to be the go-to spot in Detroit for pregame. 2 blocks away from
Shout out to Will.
Yeah, Will's the guy, man. Absolutely. D-Mac, I want to talk about the game, but I think this is more of like a 30,000-foot view of this team. And I quote this phrase from you all the time that you talked about during your time with the Red Wings. And every one of these locker room videos I see with the Lions, it just permeates, like it echoes, because I see it. When you say, we knew we were going to win a Stanley Cup when the man beside me was more important than I am. To me.
More important, yeah. When the guy
more important than yourself.
More important to you than you are to yourself.
That is in a video. Mm-hmm. And every Sunday it comes out in that team. Like, when you listen to Amon-Ra St. Brown on the podcast, right? Like the St. Brown podcast that he does. When he talks like a wide receiver talks. Mm-hmm. You know, like he's got the game down, and he believes in himself. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But when you're in that room, when he's in that room, D-Mac, and you see it in those post-game videos, that's why I believe in this team. It's not even because of Jared Goff and Brad Holmes got a first-round pick to take Jared Goff in what could go down as one of the greatest trades in the history of the NFL.
Oh, seriously.
But with all that being said, it's not even that as much anymore, D-Mac. Yes, it's elite drafting. They have the most talented roster, I believe, in the NFL, if not certainly top 3. You can't argue that. But, D-Mac, they're going to win. And as I said earlier this year, it may not be this year, but this regime and this core will win a Super Bowl. I would bet anything on that.
You sure it ain't this year?
It may be. It may not be.
They 6-1 right now.
But they will win a Super Bowl because of those vibes, D-Mac. That locker room is what you said it is.
Absolutely, and that's the culture we're talking about. And you look at everybody. Not only go watch those back. Look at everybody is dialed in. We know we've all been in that position before, whether at school, at home, whatever like this, holding court, but everybody's engaged. That, like, you listen to the special teams coach talk about how, they're all in. What did he say? How much he loves these guys and the opportunity to coach for Dan Campbell. Like, you see, it's genuine. You see the reactions, and the beauty is they let us into that, right? And what we feel is true, and then what they do as a team is go out and execute that on the field. It's not perfect. Life's not perfect, but you know what? They make mistakes, but they pick each other up. Yeah. And this team, you know why, Neil? Because this team will fight. And it'll fight to the end. And, whether it's successful or finishes the goal off this year or whatever, this core, I believe, too, won't be denied. Because look what you're doing, too, without arguably your best player. You're going to make, you're going to make some moves. It's just that it doesn't have to be done. What do we preach about at the beginning? Brad Holmes can have patience, right? What the longer, like now it's gone 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? 2 weeks into Aiden Hutchinson's injury, right? You haven't had to pay somebody.
Well, and you know what it's doing? It's giving Brad Holmes an opportunity to walk away from the table whenever he feels they're asking too much. That's what these 2 wins have allotted Brad Holmes. It bought you 3 weeks, and now it's like, okay, you don't want to give me the player for the price I want? Fine. You can see we're doing just fine. So you can either take my offer or I'm going to move it over here to somebody who will. And these past 2 weeks have empowered Brad Holmes beyond belief.
And in saying that, right, these other teams that are looking out for these players aren't in this, they may be losing. So they may be having put into a position where they might have to make a move and lower their offer to Brad Holmes.
And look, Justin Galena says, I just hope 2 big wins doesn't overshadow our need for a pass rusher coming onto the trade deadline.
There's a lot of that in the chat today.
Justin, do you think Brad Holmes doesn't know that?
Yeah.
Shit.
Do you think he looks at that and says, "Oh, we're good, everything"? Like, do you honestly believe that, bro? Yeah. There's no way you can believe that.
Yeah.
There's no way you can believe that.
And I wouldn't even put that on him, but a lot of people believe that it's just next man up.
Right now it is because you're empty. You're emptying your cupboard to see if you have anything there. But in the same time as you're winning games.
True.
To be able to not have to make.
Okay,
but you're not going to be able to see it right now. But a lot of fans are getting caught up in the fact that they're still winning games, so that means they don't need to add anyone.
Okay,
but Brad Holmes doesn't. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. That's good.
Here we go again. You know what? Then let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take the break, and when then let's get into it.
Set him off.
We get into it. Yeah,
we're going to set him off.
Let's cut the ish, everybody.
Yeah,
all right. We're going to get into it then. I don't know if for the 11,000th time I have to sit there and break it down for everybody. So let's do it.
Down.
I got a strong will. I can do it.
And a sharp shovel?
No, that
Are
is
you
a fact.
Rod Marinelli?
I can do it. Hey, I'll go run the half marathon right now. Let's go.
Neil will definitely do this all day, y'all.
I'm not going to quit when I'm tired. I'm going to quit when I'm done.
Confirm.
All right? So there we go. What are we on right now?
Let's talk about the best car dealership in Michigan.
Feldman Automotive?
Yeah.
FeldmanAuto.com.
Let's cut the shit.
There's
Let's
18
cut
of
the
them.
shit.
There's 18 of the greatest car dealerships in Michigan. No, FeldmanAuto.com. Look, no matter what kind of car you want. Yes, we know Feldman Chevrolet in Novi is the nation's #1 EV dealer. We know that they're the nation's best Chevy dealer as well. They know that they have the elite car buying process. But what if you want a different brand of car? What if you want a Kia? What if you want a Ford? FeldmanAuto.com. All the brands are represented. They've been around since 1996. They're rooted in the community. Feldman Auto does great work with the Children's Miracle Network hospitals as well. They give back to the community right here where we live. As we said, they've been in the game since 1996. They are a part of the Detroit scene, and they have been for a very, very long time. Here's all you got to do. Just want a car. Then go to FeldmanAuto.com. You can even start the buying process online. It is that easy, everybody. Trust me, guys, it was so easy I could do it. All right? FeldmanAuto.com. That's the play.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network. The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule for Sabbath Coffee over there in Clawson, East 14 Mile Road. What?
Yeah, you the best, man. That's it. We just admiring your talent.
The coffee is elite. That's all you need. Sabbath Coffee
Kenny
Roasters.
was complaining about the serving size, and Neil just said, bro, you can fill it back up.
You're all right.
And this is where context matters, D-Mac. I set up the broadcast downtown, and I was heading out to Hayes to set up that broadcast.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters pulled up.
They dropped off?
Dropped off Sabbath Coffee.
The only thing I was complaining about is the cups were too small because the coffee was so damn good.
Right.
Neil
but then
said
you just
could
fill it up again. That's what I did.
Not if I'm leaving the location where the coffee is stationed.
Then drink one real quick and
I did.
fill it up
I
and
drank
go.
3. I smashed 3
So
of them.
there you go. See? You got it handled. No,
I
but
did.
The reason you drink 3 of them is because Sabbath
They're so
Coffee
damn
is
good.
elite. It
It's
is
damn
good
good.
coffee. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're on the east side, pull up. You want to get your Sunday morning going before you watch the Lions pregame show, which Sabbath Coffee Roasters sponsors, by the way. Pull up East 14 Mile Sabbath Coffee Roasters, guys. I'm telling you, it is elite coffee, period, end of story. All right, keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer. Pull up on them here. They got some Silverados, the Blazers, whatever you want to do, whatever your move is, they have you covered here. But, yeah, all right, we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
I know people ask me about the Taylor Decker thing.
Oh,
which kind of came out of nowhere because there was not one dissenter when they signed him to the extension.
Yeah.
So I don't allow you to do that. I don't allow you to jump into this chat and say, Neil, what's the deal with Taylor Decker? Where were you when he signed the contract?
Right.
It was all, Taylor Decker. Taylor Decker's back.
People can
he
have
went to Ohio State, but I still love him.
Right. People can have bad games, man. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, people like, what do we do about Taylor Decker? Nothing.
Goff is the most, least sacked quarterback in the league. Like, there's never been a problem with Taylor Decker. He just had a bad game. It happened.
Well, he's had 2 bad games. He's let up 4 sacks in 2 games. Yeah. And I think Taylor Decker would be the first to tell you that that's not what he's paid to do. And
but he'll be better. Like, we expect him to be better, and he will be better. Yeah. That's what they paying him to do.
I love that we can dissect a 42. I forget how many points they beat their ass by.
Almost 60, 52-14.
But, yeah, we're talking about 2 sacks that took place 5 minutes into the game.
Yep. And anyway.
It was remedied after.
Just for the crowd. Even if it all fell apart, if you cut them after next year, there'd be $9 million in dead cap, and you'd be on your way.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Because that's how the deal's structured.
Yep.
So everybody calm down. Okay? Thank you. All right, I addressed that. Okay, this whole thing, right? The defensive end thing. I keep hearing everybody going Madden trade machine on everything, right?
Right.
How many more times do you have to have it explained to you that the Madden trade machine does not apply to the Detroit Lions? And there are multiple reasons for that. Multiple reasons. But the main one is this, and mark me on this, D-Mac. The main one is this. You have to be a specific type of person to be here. What did we spend the last whole segment talking about, D-Mac? Not what happened on the field against Tennessee, which a lot of stuff happened on the field. We just spent the whole last segment of I walk out of that game feeling even better about this team because of the vibes, I guess we could say.
Right.
Because of the constitution of this team, the way it's made up. Because I have a 4-time Stanley Cup champion tell me, Neil, you look at this Lions team and they crossed that bridge that we crossed where the man standing beside you is more important than you are to yourself. And that's, for me, D-Mac, that also tells you, that gives you a window into the whole defensive end trade thing.
Yeah.
The whole market,
right, you just nailed it.
The whole market is not available to you.
Yeah.
Because there is not a whole market of your guys out there.
Bingo.
Like your guys. You have to fill that mold first to be a Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, Lion.
You got to fit this
You
room.
got to fit in. Do you have the first questions asked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably is the talent, right? Is this the guy to do the job? And can he make the guy next to him more important to him than he is to himself? Can he, as Dan Campbell, one of his, like Jameson Williams, can he adhere himself to the herd? He's got to be a herd guy. Yeah. So who is that? Who is that guy? That's why a lot of times where you look, it might be more of a veteran guy, a guy that's been around, that people know what they're going to get, has a reputation in the league, maybe not the elite status of, and I'll use the Crosby or Myles Garrett or whatever.
There might not be sex appeal to it.
As much sex appeal, but how much, right? But impact, right? As far as you look at a guy like a DJ Reader coming in. They know when they want their guys, right? It goes back to that. DJ Reader's saying, yeah, I came and they wouldn't let me leave.
Yeah.
Right? Right. That's so it's more of that culture, more of that guy, because have we not agreed the way DJ Reader has just meshed in what he's meant to this defense, what he's meant to Lee McNeil, along with everything else, the way this defense is meshed. So you nailed it. That's one of the big things. And in doing that, that's when you keep winning, like we said last segment, is that you avail yourself more time to make the best deals that come down are more beneficial to you.
Right.
You can dictate, and that's what Brad Holmes realizes, and he's just not going to go out and make a move.
They were never going to rush the move. That's just not in Brad Holmes' character. But what I get stuck on is the fact that, okay, yes, we won the last 2 games without Aiden Hutchinson, and overall, like, we did what we were supposed to do. But a lot of people think that, okay, they're winning games, they don't have to go out and make a move. So and I just think that's false.
The only thing you have to – okay, that's cool. But who are you talking to, right? You're talking to the fan, so it don't matter. You're not talking to Brad Holmes.
That's true.
When you worry about it, because look at how the way it used to be in this organization, right? These questions, you'd be going, oh, my God, the guys who used to preceded Brad Holmes, you'd be worried.
Yeah.
Because there's no accountability and you don't have that. Other organizations, the same fan bases have the same thing, right? Because you don't have that responsibility and you don't have Brad Holmes. That's it. This is Brad Holmes specific.
When are we going to get to the point? Because I've thrown myself in the waters of Brad Holmes, in the waters of Jared Goff, and I let the river take me wherever it's going to go. I no longer fight it. I no longer care where I wound up because I know it's going to be somewhere miraculous.
So why are we worried about convincing everybody who's not there?
I don't know.
Why do we care? Why do we care?
I can only equate this.
You can't be critical. He's above criticism.
You can criticize him all you want, but in the end of the day, he's smarter than you.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing. Like I feel very religious in this aspect when people are like, I just turned my life over to a higher power and everything's just starting to work out for me. I've turned my life over to Brad Holmes and Jared Goff, and everything's just starting to work out. If they don't make a move, it's the right move. If they do make a move, it's the right move.
Uh-oh, your eyebrows perked up right there. You think I ain't catch that?
No. Because, like, Stick, you know what you are? You're me when you invite me on a canoe trip.
All right.
I'm getting in the middle boat. I'm not paddling. I'm not doing it. And I'm going to sit there with my cooler.
Yep.
And I'm going to crack one, and we're gonna float down the river, and I'm not paddling.
And guess what? This tubing trip's going to be the best trip of your life. The river's going to take us where the river goes.
Like it has since the beginning of its creation.
That's it.
It's gonna live up to its resume.
Yeah. So wash your sins. Dive in the deep end of Lake Holmes and enjoy the ride.
Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Wheezy D. These fans think that it is Madden, SMH. No, there is a good deal of. You can't just run to the trade machine and plug in a deal and say, well, we can do this deal.
Or it's your fantasy team.
It's not your fantasy
your buddy
team
would
either.
do it in your fantasy league doesn't mean at the top level that they do it, right?
Yeah. CK, Neil, you were pushing the Max Crosby train last week.
Yeah.
No, I gave the path, right? I said it's up to Max. And then, CK, what was the news that broke out a couple of days after that?
He wants to be a Raider.
I want to be an effing Raider.
Mm-hmm.
So, CK, we get off the highway now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we've reached our destination.
But we'll still send some door knockers every once in a while just to check in.
Just to check in. Oh, of course. But that's what I mean. Like, we don't have to act out of a sense of desperation. That's not what I'm getting at all. I just think it's ignorant to think that, okay, Brad Holmes sees that we won these last two games without Aiden, and now he just thinks, oh, we're good. Like,
it's ignorant to think that Brad Holmes thinks like that.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb.
It's stupid.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, of course, you don't want them to mortgage the future either, because I'm not in that opinion either. Like, we shouldn't be giving up 3 first-round picks to go chase a Max Crosby. As much as I would love to have him here, I just don't think that's the right move to make.
Said that was too much.
Yeah, I don't want to mortgage the whole
3
future.
was my line.
I'm not giving 2 is the line, right? Yeah. But again, to Stick's point, Brad Holmes says it is. It is.
Yeah. So be it. It's the gospel to me.
You gotta try. You know what? A lot, and the only thing I can relate it to is in our locker room. So I came in 93 and Scotty Bowman came in and it took 93, 94, 95. Like when the coach or something, and I'm not comparing them, I'm comparing them to that the fact that the locker room has to trust that they are smarter than you are, right? And
were they smarter than you, D-Mac?
And here's what's that?
Was the front office smarter than you, D-Mac?
Absolutely. Right? But they were making decisions to win championships. That's the Scotty Bowman way. You like to collect rings. So you'd sit there and you could question it. And as a fan, it's like being a player. It's like, why are you doing that? And then
you ask questions. You told me you asked questions.
100,000,000%. But the thing is, if you are the odd man out, suck it up, Buttercup, because you're then self-evaluating what aren't you doing because he thinks that this is the way to win. Now, coming in, he had pedigree, right? So you respect that because he already had rings. But in this way, in building this, there has to be that trust by the players that he's going to go out and put the right people in place.
All right, there's one other issue I want to talk about when we come back, and then we're going to get into the Michigan State game. KG thinks Michigan is back. He thinks they're going to the playoff.
Here you go. Take me out of context again. Here you go.
The Oregon's coming in. They don't know what they're walking into.
I was told, our season's falling apart.
Playoffs still alive.
I was told we're 5-7,
Playoffs still alive.
Yeah. But I was told we're 5-7.
You still hold your destiny.
I was told 6-6. It's not much of a difference. Well, it is what it is.
No, we'll get into that coming up. There's one other Lions thing I do want to discuss. Where are we going with this break, KG?
We are going to Planet Fitness.
It's good that we're going to Planet Fitness because I just came from Planet Fitness. That's a mile down the road right over here in Novi. And guess what? There's over 50 Metro Detroit locations, so you're never that far from a Planet Fitness. I joined Planet Fitness about 3 years ago. I got the Black Card membership. I'll never be a member at another gym for the rest of my life. That is a fact, everyone. And look, I go to them all over the country. It's always the same, right? I know what to expect. There's always a clean facility. There's always tons of weights. There's always tons of cardio equipment. There's a 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. Stretch stations, all of it. You can do anything at Planet Fitness, everybody. And let's be real. Either you or someone you know is paying $70, $80, $90, $100 a month for a gym membership for a rock wall. Why are you going to pay more money to lift the same? The weights weigh the same.
I swear you made that commercial.
What are we doing?
It's such tone in that commercial.
It's a great commercial. It's brilliant. Brilliant.
What? Why? PlanetFitness.com, everybody. I mean, come on. You want to get this thing rolling here. You want to get in better shape. The holidays. Hey, look, we're like 5 days away from November. All right? I'm just saying. Someone asked by the way. They said, did Spenny call in sick today? No, nor did he text anyone and say holiday either. But the holidays are coming up.
He'll be on 5 to 7.
Yeah, he will. The holidays are coming up. You want to get a little bit better shape when you're around that family? Start now, everybody. Go to planetfitness.com, pull in the parking lot, join there. It is Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights at Planet Fitness.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
You and I pay our bills. Unlike my opponent, Dave Coulter, I won't take advantage of my job because I work for you. I'm Nick Jonai, and by the way, I do pay my water bills on time. And I approve this message.
Paid for by Nick Jonai for Oakland County. Prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness. We're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
What's up, everybody? Nobody does football better than Woodward Sports. That is a fact. It starts every Sunday with Woodward and Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. Matthew Broder, because he's Matthew on Sundays. I was told that. Terry Foster, they prime the pump, I guess you could say. They get things lined up, and they get your day kicked off. Sean Belizian and I step in from 10 a.m. to noon. Now, yesterday we were down at second best, every Lions home game. That's where we be, everybody. That is how we do it at second best. The New Holland Brewing Company, Woodward Sports pregame show brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters, and, of course, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. And it keeps rolling, everybody. Right into the watch party. That's live at Hayes Social every week. So you want to roll out, roll into Hayes Social. The watch party, the post-game show, that's where a Stick and Anson jump in. Guys, the numbers say you know because the numbers are staggering. You guys know where the best football coverage is in Michigan. Not the flagship, not some TV network that's going to spend 30 minutes on it. No, your home for football game days, Woodward Sports. Hour number 2, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. I'm Neil Rule. That's Darren McCarty. We have KG. We have Stick in the building. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the largest EV dealer in the nation as well. So make sure you pull on up. They got the very best car buying experience. They got interest rates starting to tick down a little bit. You can make your move. That's what I did. They had a little special financing program. I slid in. You know I was going to wait till the numbers were right, D-Man.
True GM in you, kid.
You're right.
GM in you.
That
the
finance
deal you
background.
want. Oh, you're so Brad Holmes.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's that finance.
I'm going to get what I want on my terms.
Of course.
Not on your terms. On my terms. The Brad Holmes of car buying, I guess you could say. In the chat, real quick, the name escapes me because the messages are flying through. There's thousands of you watching. So somebody asked me, Neil and D-Mac, have you ever seen an offense like this offense from the Lions? I would have to go back to 1995, which, believe it or not, led by Scott Mitchell, who got robbed of a Pro Bowl berth that year. That was the year, obviously, that they had Barry Sanders, who ran for 1,500 yards, and then they had, Barry's obviously Barry. They had Brett Perriman get 1,500 yards receiving, and Herman Moore have 1,700 yards receiving. They have
Johnny Morton, too.
Yeah.
He was great third wheel there.
Yeah, he had 600 receiving yards. Even Barry had 400 receiving yards that year.
That's crazy.
You don't think of Barry as catching it on the backfield.
Yeah, he caught almost 50 passes that year. Herman Moore and Brett Perriman have a ball in the Hall of Fame because Brett Perriman had 179 targets that year, caught 108 passes. Herman Moore had 206 targets and caught 123 passes.
Jesus. That's efficiency.
100%. So they have that ball in the Hall of Fame because there were 2 receivers that went over 1,000 on the same team.
Put it next to Jared Goff's jersey, the 18 for 18 game.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. You're building a nice little Lions wing in there.
Right. Look at
right
that.
Now.
Who would have thought?
Took a few years, but we're getting there.
Yes, sir.
Mike O in the chat. And this is a common question. I'm not sure how it was in the morning show. Why is Motor City Dan Campbell playing Jay Money with a tweaked ankle? Please explain.
I was going nuts. I was going absolutely nuts.
And that's a new money move of you.
Yeah,
because in the game at that time they were up 4 scores, but there were still 5 possessions available to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. That's why.
And it wasn't that if
you could have given Tennessee 40 possessions.
But it doesn't matter, Stick.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
You're not.
It does.
No, you don't want to not coach. No, you have to coach to win, to solidify. That's what you want
until the game is closed out.
Exactly.
And we can speak this way now because nobody got hurt.
But if it was more serious, they wouldn't have sent him out there. That's the whole thing.
That's it.
If it was that bad, I promise you he wouldn't have been.
Right? Like, that's where, on the degree, where you know, like, you have to look at it like it's not as serious as what it could be because they pushed that. Stick to your point. If it was something that was more nagging, then maybe you would see him out for a series. It's not.
But honestly, like what would have been the harm of pulling Goff? Now all of a sudden Hendon Hooker's getting reps with your first team. That's not a bad thing. The only bad things could have happened to Jared Goff in that situation. Nothing good comes out of that situation.
I mean, you close out the game mathematically.
Yeah, it was closed out.
The game.
It was closed out.
You still have the best offensive line in football, and the Titans put up 14 points in one quarter.
But he got hit on that ankle during that best. Like, that's all.
I get it, but
that's why I play with fire.
You got to solidify that victory. And if it was more serious, he would have got pulled, just flat out.
100%.
They aren't the organization to send hurt players out.
Thank you for some common sense, KG.
It's hard to come
common sense to the party.
It's hard to come by.
Thank you.
I want to protect Goff at all costs.
I hear you.
I do too.
All costs.
Like
he's the one guy. The one guy you can't lose.
No,
he's
Stick
the one guy.
Stick will cry if
no,
you go
but
down.
outside of Aiden Hutchinson, he's the one guy.
You're
you
factually
can't
correct.
Lose.
No,
you can't.
Sure.
So why?
But they wouldn't play with that kind of fire. That's my whole point.
They did.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Clearly, he taped it up. He was fine. If it was more serious, he wouldn't have been out there.
Teddy Fresh. See, I can't rock with that. They need 1 or 2 more quality pass rushers. They will not win the Super Bowl, period. Teddy Fresh. There may not be 2 pass rushers available to them that fit what they do, that fit their locker room. Can you look, Teddy Fresh, can we all agree that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell came in here and not changed the culture?
Created
it.
Right. Established a culture.
Established the culture. Teddy Fresh, does it work? Do you like it? Do you like the results? Do you think it's going well? Because if you think it's going well, then what are we talking about here? Just let the man do what the man does. That's it. He's gonna do something.
I can guarantee a move. Seriously.
He's gonna do something.
We just don't know what it is.
But you know what else I can guarantee the Teddy Fresh is out there? It's not gonna be your Madden trade machine move. Because the Madden trade machine doesn't take into account culture and fit. And look, you can tell me, because I've said this before, you show me culture, I'll show you a team that wins. And if you show me a team that wins, I'll show you culture. They do go hand in hand. I do agree with that. However, with that being said, it is more real here than it is anywhere else.
That's a fact.
That's it, man. Like that's it. And guess what? Tomorrow, I'll have to do it again. And it'll be like Kurt Russell and playing Herb Brooks.
Right.
Again.
Isn't it the best knowing that a lot of chaos will be wrapped up on November 5th? The Lions trade deadline, November 5th. We'll have a lot of answers to a lot of things in this country on November 5th.
D-Mac.
Most importantly, the Lions. Second, president.
You know, I've told you before, I've kind of shared with you before, like I got into like David Goggins' book and stuff like that, and I do believe it is a mentality. Like I do believe that it's when you can win the mental battle. I figured it out in workouts and stuff like that. I'm still learning how to implement it into my life. You know, like when I get frustrated or whatever, like I gotta wrap my head around. Okay, be frustrated and get over it. Like that's it. I'm still learning. But with all that being said right now, D-Mac, I don't know if I can handle getting to November 5th. I can't wait for it to be November 6th.
Yeah, for real.
I can't.
I can't either. Jelly Roll's in town.
Yeah, that's going to be a good show. That's going to be a good show.
Burn, how many times do we see Aaron Rodgers limp around, look like his ankle was going to get amputated, play through it, and you never heard of it again?
And do we want the future of Jared Goff to be Aaron Rodgers? We do not.
Oh, my God.
That's a false
equivalent. Stick.
Please, Stick.
Why are you doing that?
Please. You really want Goff to be Aaron Rodgers?
No,
he ain't going to be Aaron Rodgers. We got karma. You got bad karma hey.
Speaking of karma, we got to do this at the end of the show. I had to pull a bunch of tweets of Easy hating on Goff.
Oh, my God.
At the end of the show, we'll just flash through about there's 400.
We'll revisit them. We'll
revisit this because he's taken the chat now to the socials. And
God.
I hate to do this because I love the kid.
But you're going to learn.
You're going to learn today.
You know what it is?
Let Easy and his fandom live, man. However he wants to handle himself, it just is. You either on the train or not.
Check the Slack, ever blasphemize Jared Goff in the same sentence as Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of karma going on right there, baby. And I don't know, Stick. Maybe it's his boy Pat McAfee to be to blame since he welched on your bet. What is Rodgers 2-7? Hasn't had a 300 passing yard game or whatever like that. Maybe they should talk about that tomorrow.
I don't think Pat McAfee's going to touch it because, to me, they're a bunch of cowards who welch on their bets.
Ooh.
I mean, we can call
facts.
this. I was quiet for 18 months.
Hold on, let's go to
right?
Neil.
Am I not the nicest guy you know, D-Mac?
You are.
I'm one of the nicest, and I'm just like you, right? But push me.
We are. We're so much similar.
Push me. Just try me.
Accountability.
18 months. 18 months we waited on this show to reply.
It
was supposed to be for
tell
charity.
Tell the people at home what the bet was to begin with so they can take it back.
Reset it.
It was the end of 2 seasons ago. Aaron Rodgers' last game as a Green Bay Packer. The Lions had to win to keep the Packers out of the playoffs. Dan Campbell refused to go on Pat McAfee's show. So Pat McAfee went on his show, threw a temper tantrum, tried to clown Dan Campbell and the Lions organization, saying Dan Campbell big-timed him. And I said, okay, I understand you're upset. Our coach is handling business, worried about the Packers this week. He ain't worried about your little podcast, right? I said, but I'll accept that you're upset. But where I come from, if you're not on the bus, you're getting run over by the bus. And I said, so let's do a bet. If the Lions win, you come to Detroit and do a show anywhere in Detroit. I don't care. I don't got to be a part of it. I did this for the city. If the Lions lose, I'll wear an Aaron Rodgers jersey for 365 days.
You did say that.
Every day.
I remember. And then what happened?
Aaron Rodgers lost.
Kirby Joseph interceptions.
And then all of a sudden, it's crickets from these guys that are wearing tank tops. 18 months of these guys welching, these guys dodging. And, D-Mac, you're like me. Hey. Integrity is I don't care.
I get it, Stick, but it shows you. But, you know, they're big time.
Yeah, that's the thing. They signed with ESPN. Now the mouse controls everything that they do. And it's disappointing because those guys are – I looked at us as a mini version of them, right? They were the national version. We're local guys that love sports, doing a podcast, having fun, talking sports. Like, I literally admired what they were accomplishing
100%.
In the mold that we were doing.
And I was admiring his contract. He got the bag.
Absolutely.
And now I just look at them, and I just can't see any of them as grown men. Like, honestly, if you it's a Twitter bet. Yeah, it shouldn't be that serious, but at the end of the day, acknowledge it. Say we can't do it, or don't make the bet. Because when you include charity to me, when you say charity's going to be a part of this, TJ Lang gets to pick the charity. We're going to include a couple other tweeters from Detroit in this. Now you've deprived a charity because you aren't willing to be a man and stand up. Like, it's just so bizarre to me that these guys now won't even respond to DMs. You know, Foxy was replying, hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, crickets.
All right, you pay that bet. I was just going to say I'll just challenge him in the ring.
Challenge him. D-Mac, challenge him right now.
I want to. No. I want him to pay your bet. We can do a death match. So if he's not going to repay your bet, he'd never do a death match. So
he would
if he wanted to. No.
So my new line is Pat McAfee Show, brought to you by Welch's Grapefruit Juice.
Wow.
Bunch of
You've been waiting to get that
Welchers.
All right, I'm glad we got that clear. No, but my point being, Aaron Rodgers, while you're in the dark, you might want to see that karma's coming from your buddy Pat.
Real cream of wheat. It was serious, Stick. You were willing to wear that jersey for a year.
No, that's real.
I know that for a fact. That Stick would have been wearing that every day for a year.
Real quick before we get to the break, in the chat, I still hate Scott Mitchell. Hey, that year, bro, he had almost 4,400 yards, 32 touchdowns, and 12 picks. He was elite. That year, he was elite. Now, we know how it ended.
Yeah.
But that year, he was elite. Where are we going, KG?
We are going to Swiss Insurance.
Oh,
yeah,
D-Mac.
Mark.
Oh, yeah. Give my buddy Mark a call today. Why? Because insurance. Don't let any of your insurance carriers raise the fees. My buddy Mark at Swiss Insurance, he will make sure that they are not doing that. Give him a call today. The number is on the screen, or go to SwissINS.com. Tell him, D-Mac, I sent you.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
You and I pay our bills. Unlike my opponent, Dave Coulter, I won't take advantage of my job because I work for you. I'm Nick Jonai, and by the way, I do pay my water bills on time, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Nick Jonai for Oakland County.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Hey, there we are.
Yeah,
hey, everybody. Look, you guys know what we're about here for football. We've talked about it. Woodward and Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder, myself, and Sean Belizean, the New Holland Brewing Company, Woodward Sports pre-game show. Yes, we do it. And live. We're typically live down there at Second Best on 42 Watson Street. This weekend we'll be in studio because the Lions are on the road, but still, 10 to noon, everybody. We are doing football better than anyone here at Woodward Sports. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have KG. Stick is in the building as well. All of you in the chat, so make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get your thoughts there in that chat. Like Nitty Gritty. Neil, I bought taller at the Total Wine in Novi on the shelf. Don't think I'll ever go back to drinking beer. Did I lie to you?
It's facts.
Nitty Gritty, did I lie to you?
It's so good.
I bought them myself Saturday night for the Michigan State game. And when we went to Second Best for the show, I had more on Sunday morning because that's the way that it works.
Thing?
No, that's the taller, the grapefruit kind of seltzer drink that New Holland puts out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New Holland does do the Tangerine Space Machine.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
Shout
they do.
out New
How is that?
It's good. It's good. It makes a great It makes a great Boilermaker when they drop in the Tullamore Dew.
Mm-hmm. We ripped through it at Hayes.
Yes.
Like, at first we brought the cans, sold out. Now we got kegs.
I'm not.
That's how good it is.
Yeah. I'm not like the big beer guy I used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I shade more towards the seltzers now and the bourbon and stuff like that. No, but it's solid. Like it is very, very rock solid.
I like it. Yeah. Good IPA.
But yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the Michigan State thing. And I had a couple people reach out on Twitter. What was your take on it? What were your thoughts on it? DNC ENT, Neil, when can we have a conversation about Tobias Harris? I know it's a little early right now, but after how many games is it appropriate in your opinion? Well, the get right, Tobias Harris 2+ threes that we hit the other night.
Yeah,
that was fine by me.
Yeah,
he's good in my book.
He's got to when the game on the line. though. You got to help Kate out.
That's part of the process, man.
Yeah,
that's part of the process, no doubt. But. No, Alan W. I honestly think Neil would sacrifice one of his furnaces for Michigan to go winless. Did I not take Michigan in the picks?
Oh, here we go with that.
Did I not take them in the picks? All right, here's my take on the game. That game went exactly according to script. And, D-Mac, you told me this when you sat down. You're like, the Michigan State game, it was never not going to go that way. And that's exactly what it was. And, look, Michigan fans were gripping. Ryan Ermanni tweeted in the first quarter, I'm just going to put my phone down. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow for the Lions game. Like, you guys went down the road that you go down all the time, which is oddly similar to the Lions arc. AG's washed. This defense stinks.
This is not representative of all Michigan
AG's
fans.
washed.
Yeah. You tell me you weren't gripping in the first quarter.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. I can't speak for nobody else.
Anyway,
I'm standing on business.
Anyway, this game flipped. It flipped on an Aiden Childs turnover that interrupted the whole game flow. Even after Michigan scored that touchdown, then missed the extra point. Like, there was still, like, a feel. Like, it even came across on television. The feel, the vibe in that stadium, the vibe on social media when I was watching. Yeah. And Aiden Childs turned the ball over, as he has done in every game he's played this season.
Yep.
It didn't change, and it was a huge moment that changed the entire flow of that game, the entire feel of that game, all of it. It put Michigan – and look, here's the deal. Bad teams stay doing bad teams things. And what Aiden Childs did there, D-Mac, because who was getting the ball to start the second half? Michigan.
Yeah.
They got free points and got the ball where they went down and scored, and that was it. It was over.
They was in control of the game.
The game was over because of that fumble. You'll never convince me otherwise, D-Mac. You'll never convince me otherwise. It flipped that game. The game was over. All Michigan had to do was go down and score to open the second half, and it was a wrap. And that was a wrap. You cannot turn the football over at the rate Aiden Childs turns the football over. Period, end of story. You can talk about hate and post-game kerfuffles and stuff like that and everything. It was two teams that struggle offensively, one team just doesn't accept what they are. In Michigan, what happened when they played Service Academy football?
It worked.
And what happened when Michigan State turned the ball over? They lost. So, D-Mac, I don't have any nuanced breakdowns for everybody or anything like that. I've seen this 100 times.
It was on brand. Right? On brand of the way that it played out.
Teddy, making ish up as usual. Neil, what did I make up there?
No, you ain't make nothing up.
Tell me what I made up.
I'd have called you on it if you did.
Yeah. So again, Danny G, Neil goes home and slams $2 before dinner. No, maybe after dinner, I would, depending on what we got going on.
Yeah.
Just a fan. It was Michigan's best overall game so far against a bad team. Let's hit the transfer portal this year. Go ahead.
No, the offense they finally seem like they have a pulse. And I know you've been calling for it for weeks. Just play Service Academy football, or at least mix in Alex Orji because he is your best shot to win. And we saw that last night. Like, he literally outgained both of your running backs by a wide margin. 6 for 64. He was averaging 10 yards a carry when Khalil Mullins was only averaging 1.4 and Donovan Edwards 2.7. So he was a big part of that game. But also got to give credit to Davis Warren. I felt like, he came out. I know his stat line wasn't anything to write home about, but at the same time, no turnovers. That's all you can ask for because his first 3 showings for the season, he was turning over the ball a lot. So I felt like he did better in that department. He looked comfortable. The offense had somewhat of a rhythm to it. So it seems like they do have a pulse. They're not completely dead, but going forward, they do need to utilize Alex Orji more in Constitution with Davis Warren.
The offense flowed better because they had the lead when they had no business having the lead. Because Aiden Childs gave it up. And I got a text just now from one of my good Michigan State buddies, like close guy.
All right.
He says, preach, Neil. Childs needs to stop turning the ball over. He's not getting paid $1 million to do that. That's the space we're in right now. You can't be that guy, but then not be that guy on the field.
Yeah.
You're going to hear about it. And that's just the way that it is. And Michigan State is, what are they, 4-4?
Mm-hmm.
They're 4-4 right now, and they have those 4 losses because of Aiden Childs.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Check me. Somebody mark me. Mark me with what I'm wrong about. Woodward Sports chat thread, Thomas Perry. I don't know Neil, but I refuse to believe he makes picks that he thinks will lose. No, I take the pick stuff very, very seriously. Very, very seriously. Guess what? I saw Oregon's giving Michigan 14.5. I'm on Michigan big for that.
Here you go. Smashing that again.
I'm definitely taking 14.5. That's going to go down, though. There's no way that stays over 14.
No way.
Well, but you're clowning me for wanting to take it?
No. Well, we all know that your Michigan picks haven't been genuine to this point. But
you can never do enough for Michigan fans.
You really can't.
It's not even that. It's not even that. We all know Neil's history with Michigan and him hating the fan base. He is a walking backdoor cover. I've called him that, and it is what it is. He has an answer for everything. If they had a loss to State, best believe he would have came in here. I was told they were Auburn. I was told that. It just is what it is. But
I mean, let's be honest. We just watched 2 bad teams play football, and somebody had to win.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, 100%.
As a fan who doesn't give a damn about
this was to me. Here's what this was to me. That was the Steelers playing the Jets the other night with Russell Wilson against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to win and get credit for winning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Russell Wilson's on the way back.
Yeah, after I saw him spike a screen pass into the ground.
But to kind of go against your point, like just me speaking for my fandom, I'm not going out pumping my chest. Like the problems are still the problems with this Michigan team. I think a majority of the fans do know that. But at the same time, it's good to see that, okay, maybe this offense does have a little something to it if they were to just scheme it up a little better. And, maybe we won't just be, in the cellar. But overall, it was a good win. I'm not pumping my chest about it. It was a good win. You were supposed to win that game, and they went in there and handled business.
Danny G, I thought, had the quote of this that sums up this whole rivalry game perfectly, right, in the chat. Funny how Michigan has the QB issues, yet Child was the worst QB on the field. That sums up the whole game.
Yeah.
But that's Michigan State in a nutshell.
Yep.
Like, you can't – D-Mac, you can't – like, as great as the Red Wings – if you don't score on the power play and don't win faceoffs, you can't win games.
Right.
Just like the Red Wings yesterday in overtime against the Oilers. I'm sitting there with my son, D-Mac, because my son's getting into hockey a little more. I'm sitting there with my son, and I said, they have to win this faceoff to start overtime. They have to. They have to, because they're still shorthanded for 10 seconds or whatever. This is a have-to faceoff. Game over 18 seconds later. Like, it's very, very simple sometimes. But you cannot overcome that if you're Michigan State. That can't continue. I know he's young.
Yeah,
but guys,
that's all you can hope for.
But you don't get that. He's getting money.
Yeah. No, I get it.
He's getting multiple commas, man.
I get it.
This is the professional side of it all.
All you can do is hope that he improves with age because, he makes a lot of young quarterback mistakes, but the turning over the ball at the rate he does is not sustainable.
In the moments that he does.
Yeah.
That's the
bingo.
It's the moments because the IQ, right, to know the temperature, know the situation, read the crowd, right? Know the fact that you have possession at the end of the half, that you're giving the ball away. It's a possessions game. What did we just talk about where Stick was upset about why Goff didn't come out earlier? And Neil, you said because there was a 5-possession game still. Like,
right.
You're doing the math and different things like that. So it's not just the fact that, the youth, but he's making them at the most inopportune times that has absolutely cost them their losses, right? Look at the losses. It's because he's been he's done good things at different points of the game, but the glaringness of when he makes the mistake overlaps because it ends up in being a glaring loss.
He flipped the entire game, and I don't think people even still realize it when I'm talking about it. It goes from a 7-6 lead at minimum, and maybe you put a field goal on the board or whatever.
Yeah.
To
you're down at half, and Michigan's getting the ball.
Non-negotiable for both these teams at quarterback is turnovers. Don't turn the ball over.
Your offense isn't good enough.
You're not good enough.
One quarterback didn't,
to whatever. So the ineptitude, do you expect that if you're Michigan going into Oregon that their quarterback play is gonna do that?
Absolutely
not.
You can only hope.
Well, I mean, you can hope, but I mean, it's what you got to do. But now because here's the problem, Neil. It's the consistency of doing the same thing over again in the biggest moments.
Right.
That's not improvement, right? And then now all of this at once, so that's more of the glaring issue.
Just hope that Michigan has found a formula at this point.
Does Michigan be able to adjust to the formula to the game at hand?
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, did you like the fact of how they sprinkled in Alex Orji and what they did?
And some trickery, like they got creative.
But the issue is you can do that when you're ahead. You got to be ahead. Like, it's situationally dependent for Michigan. Like, the reason that they're a middle-of-the-road team is because all the factors have to line up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be doing service academy stuff when you're down 14 points.
Well, yeah, of course. But.
So, and that'll be put to the test this weekend when Oregon comes rolling into town.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I
can agree with that.
I'm 100%. You give me Michigan at home with 14.5 points, I'm taking it by default.
I keep forgetting Michigan's at home. I keep thinking they're going to Oregon for some reason. But, yeah, Michigan at home, 14. Yeah, it's tough.
You got to take it.
Even still, that's tough, man. But Davis Warren looked a lot more comfortable this time around. I will say that. Maybe him sitting on the bench might have benefited him. And if you use him with Alex Orji, they can compete.
But they weren't trailing in the second half.
I get
like,
that.
Life's a lot easier.
So that's
the formula is still the same.
Is to get the lead so you can control the ball and control the clock.
Bingo.
And use that and the Service Academy style in both.
Right.
If they find out how to do both and be able to keep Oregon off guard. But if Oregon gets out to boom, bing, bang, 2 scores, game over.
True, then that's different. But I think that's their only winning formula.
That's their formula for their success.
Whereas last year, like they could win in multiple different ways.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
Obviously, they could run the football on anyone.
The defense could
win the game.
Yep. And
J.J. McCarthy could get cooking.
Right.
You know, like that's the difference. That's a difference in the teams right now. That's like the quarterback thing for Michigan. That's why it's the most important position, especially in college football.
Yeah.
Especially in college football.
No, that's a fact.
So
that's a fact.
You know, it's.
And I will give you all your credit, Neil. You was dead on the money with the dime. Ha ha. Your favorite drop.
He's on the cover of the video game, man.
I get it.
All 2.7 yards per carry.
Hey, I get it, man.
But I'm being a hater.
They need to just make Alex Orji a running back at this point because he can't throw the football. I think that's a known fact. So
yes. Dabber 313. The penalty at the end of the third period was brutal. Larkin getting elbowed in the nose by McDavid, and the no call was a joke. Well, Dabber, it's Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
It's Neil's guy. Neil had something to do with that, too.
I did not. Now, don't you put that on me.
What? Neil not taking credit? What?
Don't put that on me. Derek R. Is Michigan's future tied to the AD and his unwillingness to pay large name, image, and likeness? Well, that's the Michigan culture.
Yeah.
You need an overhaul of the culture. But that's been my thing since the second I walked in the door at Woodward Sports.
Yeah. If I'm telling,
but you guys don't hear that. You hear what you want to hear.
This can all be fixed if they just lean into NIL more. This can get fixed in 1 year.
Yeah.
Sharon Moore look like the best coach ever next year if they just lean into NIL a little bit more.
They could buy their way out of it.
Yeah.
And that they're one of the teams that could. If they committed to it,
right.
You could bring in
You got fucking Dave Portnoy coming out. You mean to tell me, there aren't other people that would come out and support this team?
Rack in the chat said real quickly, he said, my buddy's coming out with me to the game this weekend for the first time. Anybody tailgating?
Hey.
Adiz 411 said, Rack, maybe you can meet up with Sam Flannel.
Hey, shout out Rack, too. We saw him at the TNA event, man.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Rack, man.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
We are going to Soroki's. I'm trying to go there now, for real. I'm starving.
Yeah. Hey, Soroki's, everybody. locations are popping up all over the Metro Detroit area. And, yeah, why wouldn't they? I'm telling you, man, like the tenders are elite. They got their new line of wings out there, which are incredible. Lemon pepper wings are unbelievable. And there's the staples as well, like the biscuits. You guys know what it is. Our guy Ryan Poulter here at Feldman Chevrolet.
Ain't no fade, Ryan.
He brings in Soroki's here. He knows what's up with it, everybody. I'm telling you guys, elite. Soroki's is incredible, man. Check it out. There's locations all over the place. Soroki's.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
You and I pay our bills. Unlike my opponent, Dave Coulter, I won't take advantage of my job because I work for you. I'm Nick Jonai, and by the way, I do pay my water bills on time, and I approve this.
Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for Taller. That's right, the Dutch long drink made by New Holland Brewing Company, west side of the state, local Michigan brand, and it is elite. Here's how it works. They take their small batch gin, they mix it with a grapefruit puree, and what happens? Magic happens. I bought some Saturday night to watch the Michigan State game. We had some yesterday at second best. I may have one tonight. Who knows? So, somebody in the chat, and again, forgive me on that, said they went to Total Wine. They bought some. They said they may never go back to beer again. Hey, one person at a time. We are going to change the world, dude. And the world right now is Taller from New Holland Brewing Company. All right, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer, the nation's #1 EV dealer as well. Real quick, in the chat, Danny G, if Michigan had an AD worth an ish, they'd open the wallet. We could be a top contender in every sport every year. Also in the chat, Danny G, but oh well, just keep being prestigious and, quote, most honest program in the country. Well,
yeah,
you've proven that. But, hey, as I said, go cheat. You cheat, and look what happens. You win an Addy.
Maybe State should cheat more.
And then they stop, and now they're right back to this.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I'm saying. We are here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Let's welcome in our guy. He's on a heater, everybody. He's earned this airtime, Mr. Ryan Poulter, the sales director here at Feldman Chevrolet.
12-3, baby. 12-3.
He's on a 12-3 heater. 12-3 heater.
D-Mac's so sour he didn't even come say hi to me like he always does when he shows up.
I'm not sour, bro. You were working. It looked like you were selling EV cars. I didn't want to.
Nation's #1 EV
I didn't know if you were picking next week's picks, bro. I was giving you the respect at the top, bro. Sorry.
You know that. He's like, you know he's in there. He's just looking at games and everything. He's riding the wave.
For sure, 100%. But I just got to say something. Your tone with Michigan just needs to stop.
Thank you.
How was I wrong? How was I wrong?
It needs to stop.
Okay, you're here. What am I wrong about?
It's just your tone, Neil.
I mean, today it wasn't as bad.
If you want to be genuine,
stop wanting to
like
be offended.
KG and myself,
stop
who are
wanting
real
to be
Michigan
offended.
fans, then don't use that tone. It's almost as bad as my Sparty little salespeople over there who got so mad that he removed me as a friend on Facebook thinking that's going to hurt.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Little brother.
That's
tiny
tough.
little brother. Spenny, how you feeling today?
Oh, man.
But, Ryan, in the picks, you did go 2-1.
I should have listened to you guys with that third one, I'll be honest with you.
You did walk into the Jets. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, we all tried to tell you that one.
We all tried to tell you that one. But you did take BYU. You did take Indiana as well. You did go 2-1. You are 15-9 in the picks right now.
15-9 and 12-3 in 5 weeks. I mean, you can't.
It's a run.
Total record. You don't win a championship on what you did
here
in the
we
last
go.
3 weeks.
Here we go. Here we go.
Culmination.
What did D-Mac do? Oh, wait, he went 1 and 2.
D-Mac was 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
He is 12, 11 and 1. So he is lurking.
No ground.
I went 3 and 0. I'm 10 and 14. I will be taking Michigan again, especially with the 14 and 0. Can I lock that in now?
No. Sorry, we can't.
He tried to go again. Look at him.
Yeah, 100%. Look at the look at the smirk on the face.
Oh my
God.
He don't believe in it. He know he don't.
Look at the smirk
he
on
know
the
he
face.
don't believe
Listen,
in it.
if you believe it so much, if you believe it
win?
so much, I want you to wear a Michigan hat Thursday when I come on.
I do believe it.
Okay, then wear a Michigan hat Thursday.
If they don't cover,
if they
wear
don't cover,
I'll
wear
a
a
Michigan hat.
Thursday. This Thursday when we're making the picks,
No, dude,
you have to wear a Michigan hat.
No, if they don't cover, I'll wear it.
You need to wear Michigan.
No, I gotta
you
lose.
also said that when they were, if they lost to Illinois, you would come on and make a public apology to me, and you had the
I never
biggest.
said that.
I did 100%, and it was the biggest tone apology I've ever heard in my life.
Get on him,
the
Ryan.
biggest
tone.
The biggest.
The tone.
The biggest. But where's D-Mac at again? Sorry, I need to hear that one more time.
He's 12, 11 and 1. He's lurking.
Second.
He's lurking.
Gained no ground this past weekend. Gotcha.
Hey, you know what?
I did, however.
Hey, what do you use to shine your championship belt that you got from Feldman?
I don't use anything because I didn't get one.
Oh, that's what neither
I
of
did get a great deal on an EV, though. I'm not going to lie.
Neither
Truth
of
be
yous-
told,
Your
I'd
deal
rather-
was better than the belt.
One, so I mean,
I did get a great deal on a car, though. I'm not going to lie.
there you go.
And they do take care
Got
of
it out.
It's
There
charging
you go.
outside right now, as a matter of fact.
What's
man.
the bid?
Who's in first?
I thought
Hashtag?
I would try harder if they were giving away EVs for the championship.
Hashtag fade Ryan. Where are all those haters at, by
Ain't
the
no
way?
fade, Ryan.
Yeah,
that
there's
shit
none.
dead.
Yeah.
No,
Thanks,
I don't
KG.
know.
My
I
dog.
got you.
My dog.
Somebody's calling you a blind squirrel in the chat. Right.
Blind squirrel?
Yes.
Blind squirrel, 12 and 3. I don't think that's pretty blind. Now, if I was like maybe like 9 and 3, something like that, or 9 and 3. Yeah, maybe call me a blind squirrel. I'm not. I'm 12 and 3.
You are. No, you certainly are. What's the leans, Ryan? What's your lean for this week as we get ready to go to the break?
Oh man, I haven't really seen the lines. I'm just gonna stick to what I have been doing. Which, let me tell you something. That UCF BYU game to me was almost as much as a lock as KC, and you and I were talking about this. For some reason, all the national stations were saying the line makers know something. You gotta take UCF. Oh, why? It's an undefeated team getting points. What are you talking about? Okay, so I'll just find little picks like that, and I'll take that. That's just what I've been doing. I've been looking at that, looking at injuries, looking at all that. I don't know. I've been
there he is.
A little bit more.
He's working.
Odds Trader's giving me all the information I need. So thank you, Odds Trader. Thank you, Caesar's Sportsbook.
There you go. You're costing them some money right now, but I think they're all right with it. I think they're all right with it.
I mean, if I'm a blind squirrel, the people aren't picking my picks and making themselves money, so they're hurting themselves a little bit there.
Yeah.
But when they do, they can come on in here and get a great deal on a Chevy. You'll give them picks and you'll give them a great deal. What do you guys got cooking?
It's the end of the month, man. We're making a big push. Pulling the goalie for the last 2 minutes of the third period, and we're gonna sell as many cars as I can.
You do, and I know this from experience. You do tend to get your better deal towards the end of the month in the car game.
Yeah, you do. Well, some dealerships do. We're go all month long.
No, I know.
We are hard at it all month long, but we definitely got a strong push we got to make towards the end of the month. The EVs are still a great deal. My whole family's gotten one. I mean, I love
mine.
I've had probably 15 to 20 family members come in here and get one in the last 2 months.
Am I considered in that 15 to 20 family?
When you're not talking about Michigan, yes.
Okay.
So when you're talking about Michigan, I'm out of the you're the redhead stepchild.
There you
the
go.
FedEx child. You're that type of thing.
Throw them in the closet.
Yeah.
All right, so there it is. All right, hey Ryan, just wanted to give you your flowers.
Yeah.
You're on a heater.
Yeah,
you're tearing it up.
Congratulations, right? Proud of you.
Yep,
that's going, buddy.
He's joining the tone thing.
He is.
This
Holy smokes,
Keep
Holy
her going.
smokes.
It's a long way to the finish line. God, if I could have won championships friggin' 10 weeks into the season or 6 weeks in, you know how many rings I'd have, bro? I'm pulling for you, kid.
Hey, you're like Denard Robinson. You're the October Heisman.
See,
right now.
why you got to bring shoelaces?
Hey, Mike, get your picture on the
My
cover.
shoelace got to be
I know
in
he's
this, man.
going back to when Michigan only had one guy in
Shea Patterson, October Heisman.
Oh
okay,
my God.
Yeah, even worse.
All right, Ryan, we'll talk to you on
All
Thursday,
right, guys,
man.
thanks.
There he is,
Yes,
Ryan
sir.
Palter, everybody. Where are we going with this break?
All right, we are going to KDK.
KDK Law, everybody.
Divorce.
Hey, absolutely. Guys, look, like we're joking and we're laughing and having fun with Ryan here and everything, but this is serious, everybody. Let's lock in for a second here. You're going through divorce, child custody, family law stuff, all of that. You're probably losing sleep, right? KDK Law is available 24/7. Yes, they indeed are. They have over 10 years experience in the game as well. Chances are they've dealt with the stuff you're going through before. They know the ins and outs. You got to get an experienced team for that. You can't handle this on your own, all right? This isn't a leaky faucet or something like that, all right? This is your life that's hanging in the balance and the way you live it. So, again, KDK Law, they're in Birmingham. Scan the QR code on the screen. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. They will pay your filing fee. But, guys, I'm a level with you right now. I like to keep it real. This isn't about getting a filing fee paid. This is about having elite legal representation at one of the most trying times of your life. KDK Law in Birmingham. They will have your back.
If she got toned, divorce her.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. I'll fix it.
That's not the pregame show. No, we want the postgame show, baby.
Oh, yeah,
the postgame show and live watch party goes on at Hayes Social in Shelby Township. 21 Mile and Hayes. You come on out. You get to see Jared Goff, infamous hater, Easy, followed by Jared Goff, infamous lover, me.
Hey,
so there we go. You get the best of both worlds. Spenny's out there doing his great play-by-play. Anson's there being Anson, doing all his fun stuff. It's a great party. We expect you to be out there, especially this week against the Packers. It's a big game. Let's pack Hayes Social. The 1,800 girls are going to be out there with their tequila, giving you a free tasting, or actually a tasting that I'm paying for, but
we move on.
You know the nuances.
It's free to you.
What kind of
it's free
tasting?
It's free to you, paid for by us. Sabbath Coffee, Soroki's also a part of it, so come on out. And while you're there, get some New Holland, too.
You about covered it all. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, KG. Of course, we have Stick as well. Q-Ball 93, anyone who drives an EV is soft.
Yes. Trying to tell you, Neil.
Yep. Of course you drive an EV, Neil. Those ones always make me laugh.
Does your car have a V8 engine?
No. It's an EV.
Damn. You'd be a lot cooler if it did.
Why?
Because
why?
You're a snowflake.
Why?
You know Tesla makes like the fastest production car, and it's an EV.
Well, my car is insanely fast.
Does it make noise?
Fast.
Oh yeah, the
little it hums. Yeah.
No, it doesn't make noise.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do that so people don't get hit.
A humming sound though.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's not good enough, Neil.
Why?
Because.
But the funny thing is, I don't hear it because I'm in the car.
The best part is they had to put that in there because people are just going to get run over by. I didn't hear the car coming. Right. Whack! Boom.
Yeah, it is.
It saves. You're saving lives with that hum.
Kenny Powers, the last 4 Super Bowl champions all made moves before the trade deadline and brought in players they needed at certain positions. Will the Lions do the same? Yes.
Shout out Kenny
to some
Powers.
degree they will. Shout out Kenny Powers, by the way, man.
Who did Kansas City bring in last year?
Womp
womp.
Yeah, I can't think.
So not factual?
I don't know. But I'd have to have the research department look that one up.
Yeah. Not with 15 minutes in the show.
I will never plug my car in. Oh, you do it at the gas station.
Yeah.
You plug the gas pump into your car.
Yeah.
Literally the same thing. Literally.
But it doesn't make noise now.
Oh, sorry. All right. But anyway, though, lots of props to Ryan as well for being on his run.
He's on a heater.
Hashtag unfade.
You never stop a heater.
Are we unfading Ryan right now?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we are. Jeff Reviews, I want an EV charger. They gave me one when I bought my car.
Huh.
I have one.
Really?
It's in the garage.
Mm.
Gas station's the garage. I love it.
You got to get it installed to your house and stuff? So they got to hook it up to the...
Yeah, I had to have...
How does that work?
I had to have... So
Explain us to us poors.
Us poors. Right. So I have a convertible one that can run off 220 or a regular plug.
Okay.
Look at this
guy. You plug it in a regular plug, get you about 3
right.
miles per hour. It's like charging your iPhone more or less.
Gotcha.
I have to get my I had to get 220 line, which is basically what you plug your dryer into, installed. It's like a couple $100 to have that done. DTE gave me a rebate on it. They got programs and everything like that. So had that done.
If you really cared about nature, you would do it through solar power, Neil.
Come on, Neil.
Well, you trying to save the planet?
No. KG. I didn't do any of this EV stuff to, quote, save the planet.
You sure about that?
I did it because it's easier for Neil.
Yep. Save the woolly mammoth, Neil.
Neil doesn't have to go to the gas station anymore. So that saves, 10 or 15 minutes? Because people say, it's 15 minutes to pump gas.
Neil,
it is by the time you pull in.
You are a gasoline extremist, okay?
Neil Rule hates gasoline.
You're right.
Your car runs on gasoline. No, it was literally, it's not to save the planet. It's not to do any of that.
How long before you have 2 chargers? You got 2 furnaces.
If my wife gets an EV.
Oh, look at that.
She likes her minivan, though. So, we have.
Her minivan with a real engine in it.
Yeah, combustible engine in the house and an EV in the house.
Yeah.
And we get along fine. Yeah. Everything's cool. Except she has to go to the gas station, and my gas station's in the garage.
For now.
How's the torque?
That's going to run into some problems later on. But
all I know is that thing's quick AF.
Yeah. That's the crazy part. Like, they can generate that much torque with an electric vehicle. That's what always shocks me.
Yeah. B-Love, need more level 3 chargers, though. There's a level 3 charger, a quarter mile, about a half mile.
Just
so they
stage
take
5
time?
cleaners.
What's that?
Is that the best one?
Yeah. I mean, they're like the fastest. Yeah, about from empty to full on a fast charger, probably about 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
They're at the grocery store, so like you can do 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
Oh, stoning birds. I love it.
Can I
get birds stoned?
Can I piss D-Mac off real quick?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I saw his initial reaction to it, but Anthony Richardson tapping out in the middle of a game.
That is crazy.
What would you do to your teammate if the leader of your team came over and was like, Coach, I'm not injured. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just tired.
Dude, there's the opposite of what we were talking about with Goff or whatever is like toughness or whatever, going to war for the guy, for your leader and stuff like that. I mean, I played with Steve Eisen. We played on half a leg. Was the opposite of that. I'm a hockey player, bro. I just look back. When somebody said, and I have a friend, Patty Reed, shout out, who's listening in the Reeds, Aaron in Indianapolis, who are Colts fans and whatever. And she said, that's what she texted me this morning. Our quarterback came out because he was tired.
Like, you imagine Isaiah Thomas, game 6, broken ankle.
2024. I mean, he's not a Gen Xer, definitely. I mean, I don't.
It's just a product of the society we in today.
And as a coach, what do you do? What do you do?
He asked you to come out the game. You got to pull him out the game.
In your GM's office.
You grab him by the face mask and you throw him.
No, but you called this like on the field with Bo. Was it Bo Nix?
No, it was Anthony Richardson against Will Levis.
I remember that the hype of the game of the century, Kentucky and was it Florida State or whatever like this, and it was like you came in the next on Monday and you looked like your dog had been shot.
Dude, I did it for the people, right?
You were like,
remember D-Mac? I said this weekend.
That was the worst.
I said this weekend I'm off on Saturday. I'm going to sit down and lock into Florida, Kentucky. Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, and I'll report back.
I might be misquoting you, but I think you said you'd rather sit in a room of farts than watch that game again. It was so garbage.
I believe you did misquote me on that one, but that was the vibe I was going for.
You know what? That does sound like a refined Neil statement.
It does. I agree.
But you missed it. You misquoted his own farts.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it was. And, guys, I tried to tell you about this. I tried to tell you about Will Levis. I tried to tell you about Anthony Richardson. I know what I saw.
Yeah.
I know what I saw. Wow. And no, I am not a football scout. No, I am not Brad Holmes. However, I'm around it enough. I know what I see. What do we got?
We have breaking news. Per Ian Rappaport, the Patriots are trading pass rusher Josh Uche to the Chiefs.
So there you go.
Yep. I want to see the terms of this trade because this sets the market for the DN,
probably
right?
a 5th rounder. That's what the Patriots said they were looking for.
Okay, but this kind of sets the market for what a viable defensive end is going to cost.
Correct.
Yeah. All right,
I'm good with that.
Can we not keep the people waiting? Can we get into the easy slander?
I
wanted Aaron Rodgers.
I forgot. All right, let's do it this way, guys. We'll little production on the fly. We'll get into the easy stuff here, and then we'll do the last break to ride out. I'll do the reads, and then we can ride out.
All right, so we doing the easy stuff now?
Yeah, but I want to start with this one because I feel like this is the most damning.
All right.
And you guys are a little bit on delay, so it's going to take a while until it shows up on your screen. But this is a tweet from one Daniel Azurkis, a.k.a. Easy, from 1:14 p.m. November 13th, 2022. MFers really wake up and pretend to be excited to watch Jared Goff quarterback this team every Sunday.
Sheesh.
That's an easy take.
That's easy.
That's tough.
All right, now
it wasn't that long ago.
Next?
It was less than 2 years ago.
It was, yeah. And this is what I point out. Like, of course you see it now that it's 2 inches from your face, but you don't know ball enough to see it from far away. All right, who do we got next? Let's do the jersey exchange that he wanted for Jared Goff. Because Jared Goff was a Lion, but he wanted him on a different team. What NFL team do you think he wanted him on?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Which one?
Well, it's a trick question, Neil. Not an NFL team. He wanted him to play for the Gaojiangdong Chinese football team because he's not good enough to play in the NFL.
Jesus.
Which is odd because hasn't he played the 5 best games in the history of organized football?
Yeah, but that's Ben Johnson. By the way.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Let's go with this one because I think this one's hilarious too.
Right.
There's 4 gentlemen on this graphic. There's Amon-Ra St. Brown. There's Josh Reynolds. And then there's DJ Chark, along with Jared Goff standing in the middle, his arms around his wide receivers. He takes a picture, zooms in on Chark, cuts it down, and said, "This is the look of a man who just realized his quarterback is Jared Goff."
Ouch.
And I'm going to tell you this, Chark does not look happy. Okay? So there's that one.
Then there was
going?
how could you not? How could you be happy? He had all that production here.
Yeah.
Well,
Josh
was
Reynolds
so
was
good.
also in there. Shout out to Josh Reynolds, too. I hope everything works out with you. Let's go to this one.
Okay.
Let's go to this one. Who's stopping this offense? At quarterback, Jared Goff. At running back, DeAndre Swift. At running back number 2, Jamal Williams. At wide receiver 1, Debo. Wide receiver 2, Amon-Ra. Wide receiver 3, DJ Chark. Tight end, TJ Hawkinson. Who do you think he picked is going to ruin that offense? It wasn't Jamal Williams. I'll give you a hint.
No, please enlighten me. Who?
I believe Jared Goff. LOL. That's that one. I mean, and then we could throw on this one. I got like 8 more we can get to, but here's Easy loves UFC.
Yes, he does.
Like the time me and him were supposed to fight it out, but he just laid on a mat and pulled guard because that's what jiu-jitsu guys do. In real street fight, guys just lay on the ground. But okay, trying to accept that Jared Goff versus my lifelong dream of seeing the Lions win a Super Bowl. So it's impossible, Neil, with this guy at that.
So he's out. Okay.
Yeah. He's all out until he's not. Now he's in.
But those words tell me he's out. How could somebody who says this believe?
From what I'm told, is he went to a practice this offseason and saw Jared Goff spin the football like he's never seen before.
But it's the development. That was one of Easy's best ones,
it's
man.
The development.
I'm trying to
in year 9.
Oh, because magically, magically, a guy who had taken a team to a Super Bowl before and had 4,000+ yard seasons magically developed here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Easy, that wasn't your best work. I've been trying to defend you, bro. That one wasn't your best work, though. Talking about it's the development.
The development.
Of a veteran quarterback. No, that's crazy.
You know what, D-Mac?
So I'll stop because we can go more, but I feel bad for the kid at some point.
Easy's doing better, y'all. He's trying. He really is.
D-Mac, I'll never forget when Brett Hull got traded here and then developed once he got here.
Remember when when we finally were able to get the most out of Shanahan?
Can you tell me about Brendan Shanahan's development and what was missing from being at Hartford to coming here to Detroit, D-Mac?
That's incredible. That's a great analogy, though.
Yeah. What about Hasek? When Hasek got here,
what was missing in Dominic Hasek's game that he found when he got here?
I mean, to be fair, Hasek and Hall already had a Hall of Fame career. Shanahan came to top his off and to bring that leadership and whatever. But that's a great analogy. That's a great analogy.
All right, let's do this in. Let's. In the chat real quick. Cue Ball 91. Plug in the pump for 2 minutes, not 2 hours. Well, when it's sitting in my garage, where it's going to sit in there for multiple hours, what difference does it make? Cue Ball? Any other? We got to have an Ask Neil EV set.
Dog, that would be great.
You want to do that tomorrow?
Please. Yes, can we?
100%.
Yes, thank you.
You want tone?
Yeah.
You want tone?
Shit, I'll show up for that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, let's do. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Cue Ball, ask him, does that thing have a Hemi? That's all you got to ask him.
Yeah.
Looks like a 6th-round pick for Uchi.
6th-round pick?
Yep.
They said they wanted a 5th. So, all right, sounds about right. For the chat, for everyone that is going to go crazy about that, his game is not what Hutchinson's. I'm not talking about from the talent. I'm talking about his role.
Yeah.
His role is not that.
Yeah, of course.
So everybody just calm down for him. I know he went to Michigan, and we should have brought him home.
Oh, my God.
Like, I know, hey, you know that's going to play a part in it.
For some people, sure. I'll give you that. For some people.
For the unwashed.
Yeah, right. Don't lump us all in together. That ain't all us. I'm cultured, Neil, okay?
All right, absolutely.
Thank you.
Steve DeYoung. Neil, I'll post that photo of me with my son with the Boot 'em Kid shirt on Instagram. DM it to me, Steve.
Yeah, we will get you on socials. I promise.
Tag us.
Yeah, 100%.
We will get you on socials, man.
Or actually, add us as a collaborator, even better, and then it'll show up on our timeline too.
Nitty gritty. How much have you saved from not having to buy gas? A lot.
Yes. We gonna do this tomorrow, y'all.
21 Savage, a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Right.
Yeah, tomorrow. Ask Neil about EVs tomorrow. A whole segment.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting.
There you go. We will do it. All right.
Who farted with the
snowflake
use
on
of
display.
Emojis. The excellent use of emojis. Who farted? Easy's brain, an egg. Easy's brain on golf, an egg getting cooked.
Hey, Cue Ball, I actually drive a Hemi KG in all caps.
Yeah, no.
Shout out Cue Ball, man.
Yeah. No.
Tell this snowflake about himself.
Kenny Powers. His role as a pass rusher, something the Lions have lacked without bringing. He does not defend the run. You know what he is? He's James Houston. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Like that, you want me to describe a comp game? He's something you guys say, he's a one-trick thing. So that's what he is. Non-existent in run defense. But don't worry, Kenny Powers. We'll get into it tomorrow. All right, for D-Mac, for Stick, for KG, and everybody here at Feldman Chevrolet, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Well, see you later. Non-existent as a run.